Oh shit!
Every damn week.
We should talk about the Xbox SAD.
Yeah, Xbox SAD.
Xbox SAD.
Yeah, I love that shit. That is the best.
Xbox
game.
One SAD. And
Let's talk about
good?
Forza
Right.
Street for mobile and PC.
I didn't see that.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
I don't even know what Xbox SAD is. What's Xbox SAD?
Xbox One S all digital.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
There's a mobile version of Forza coming to
really?
PC and mobile. Yeah.
Wow, that's
Forza Street.
that's sad.
What? I don't understand why people mad. There's a mobile version of Mario Kart coming?
Why is it heading to
Crying about
PC
that?
and mobile though? That's weird.
Yeah, it's coming to PC first, I think, which is strange. I don't know.
Are they like making a PC game and then
I could see-
downgrading it
yeah.
for phones?
I could see if it was just the mobile, but why the PC already has Forza? All the
Yeah.
Forzas.
Right, it doesn't make sense. It's definitely a mobile game too. If you look at it, as some microtransactions and stuff
What
going
the
on up in there.
fuck, man? I'm sorry. I know.
Phil, Uncle Phil, man. Uncle Phil.
Just was just flabbergasted. He was like, "Man, what the fuck?"
I know
is
there's some
going
people
on?"
who think Microsoft's all set to dominate and all this good
Who
stuff.
told you that
happening,
lie? Who lied to you?
But I really don't feel like they're doing anything right. And
I don't understand what you're doing. I can't defend it.
They're just becoming a software company again. That's all they're doing.
well, let's talk
They
about
had to have
the
software to do that, though.
What is software? At? That's what
Let's
I'm
talk
saying.
Let's talk about the SAD, and there's a chance that was all photoshopped and shit.
Talking about getting sad, Rick.
It looked pretty legit, but there's a chance someone photoshopped that whole
Yeah,
box
that's
art.
not confirmed yet. I don't even know if I want to
What?
give my take on it as far as
On the
what they're
pricing?
doing. Yeah,
It seems so random to not be right. Like, who would choose Forza Horizon 3?
that's so strange.
No one would think to try that. No one would think to put that
Because it
game
doesn't
on
make
there.
any fucking sense.
That's exactly why I believe it.
Yeah.
So-
image.
Well, can we talk about that price show?
Let's talk about. Well, let's give the whole
Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm
the,
sorry. Go
the
ahead.
rumor, whatever. So the all digital, the Xbox One S all digital, Xbox One S SAD or Xbox One SAD, literally.
How could they miss that?
So take out the disc drive, which is a HD or HD DVD, a fucking Ultra HD
Oh,
Blu-ray
shit.
drive, which Ultra HD player is the cheapest one you can find is like 200 and something bucks, like 200 to 300. So I mean that right there's a value. To lose that, this should cut some costs. You'd think. They kept everything else the same. The box art looks like a standard S, the white one without the slot. Same terabyte hard drive and a controller. So you're like, okay, that should reduce costs. Well, then they force you, if this is true, they throw in games that probably nobody wants at this point. So Minecraft, Sea of Thieves, and Forza Horizon 3 for who knows why, when 4 is definitely a great game. That's, it's part of Game Pass. So why 3? I don't know. So now your 1 terabyte's probably closer because Forza Horizon's probably 70.
I'm looking them up right
Sea
now.
of Thieves probably 40. Minecraft's probably not that big. So you're probably looking at 200 gigs less.
700 gigs.
I'm guessing you can delete the games, but they're forcing you to buy these games, and then it's 229 euros in Europe, which is about probably going to be 250 in the US if all this is true.
Yeah.
So in the base model Xbox One disc, the regular Xbox One S is like 250 or something. So I don't know. Nothing about that makes any sense if this is true.
Still sounds pretty expensive if it does turn out to be that price.
Yeah, 229, whatever you say over there.
Euros?
Euros.
Euros,
Pounds.
man. Well, I don't know. They might be calling them euros. We're clocked at that pretty soon.
We don't have
Relax, yo.
What do you guys have?
We were that stupid.
Quid?
Yes.
What do you guys have?
We
Pounds, isn't it?
British pounds, man.
Pounds,
Okay.
man. British pounds, dog.
So
we really is.
229. 229 pounds.
But I think that translates to about 250 or 240.
I think it's more like 280.
Is it?
Yeah.
No,
It's
it'd be
high,
about
yeah.
250. No, you'd be surprised now that the
But
the
250 isn't that what they sell them the Xbox One S at currently?
Well, clocked it. Can you get on like Amazon? Just see what a base Xbox One S white one is right now for you over there. I'm sure I could find the UK Amazon site, but
I mean, you can
Why gotta
Google
be
it.
white?
It's out of
Oh,
because that's the only S model. I believe.
listen. We're past Black History Month, team. Watch the shit, all right?
the
He wants
the base Xbox One model is £193.
So it's
Right.
actually
If we do a currency converter, I reckon that's going to be about 220.
Well, we can just compare
$30.
since the rumor is in pounds, so we can just compare straight up. So it's actually more than the base model disk drive one.
come
So
on 3 games, Juice. Come on.
Oh wait, yeah, no, that's $250.
Mm-hmm. What's the? I mean, what's the point? I mean, what other than Microsoft making more money off each one sold? I can't see the benefit to the consumer.
Yeah, I don't get I don't understand what the angle is, because you're selling an all digital system for more than what you're currently selling the base system for. What's the advantage? And I guess the excuse is, well, I'm giving you 3 games. I'm like, well, what if I don't want the 3 games?
And they're all on Game Pass, so even if you wanted to spend a couple of bucks a month to play those games, you could. And it's like, so let's just hope that's not accurate.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Let's wait for the price to be confirmed.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow.
Disastrous.
Tomorrow apparently is Inside Xbox.
Inside Xbox,
Yeah.
2
Which
hours
I didn't
of
even know that
monotony.
until someone mentioned it to me. I was like,
Well,
oh,
I heard Xbox about to lay down some bomb, drop some bombs, baby.
wow.
They're gonna drop some bombs
Because they're talking about the xCloud, man. They're gonna let you know how they're gonna destroy Stadia.
They're gonna drop some turds. Just kind of
Oh yeah, do we want to talk about that comment they made about about Stadia, about not having they gotta have exclusive content, that kind of stuff.
Oh,
No, they
well,
made get the actual quote,
All right, I'm gonna go get the quote. Give me a
because
second.
it's pretty stupid coming from Microsoft.
Yeah, this is what
Were
it
they
was.
throwing Shadia at Stadia?
And I'm sorry, but not sorry to any Microsoft fans listening
Sorry,
to
not
this.
sorry.
I'm not sorry, but I guess I sucks
cool,
that
man.
you're gonna be offended. But
Okay,
so let's talk. While he's looking that up, what would if the SAD is what it is with the 3 games? What makes sense price wise to you? Because if you're looking at the base model, let's see what it is in the US real quick.
Well, there's another base model here, Xbox One terabyte, Xbox One S. It's £212. So let's talk, $270 here, and that comes with Forza 4.
Okay,
That's
I
a
got
way better bundle.
Also, I got the quote in full. Do you want me to go ahead and read it or no?
Yeah, just a second. So I'm just looking. We got a Battlefield 5 bundle for $230. Anthem bundle for $250. These are the regular S1. Here's a Minecraft starter bundle for $226. It's discontinued actually. NBA 2K19 bundle for $220.
There's an Anthem and a Division 2 one. One's £210. So once again, you're looking what the
Forza Horizon's $248. So to me, take out that HD or Ultra HD player. Those games they're already on Game Pass. It's not like they're going to lose or make any money off them. The thing should be $150.
Yeah,
Judging
that's
off
what I was thinking.
Judging off the price of what the base model is. So hopefully that's not accurate and this thing's $150, because if it's $150, then that makes sense.
Now we're talking something.
Realistically, there's no way that they can charge more from what their base model is right now. It just
doesn't make sense.
It just comes off stupid.
Even with games, it just makes no sense. No.
Maybe the MSRP for that's like $299 or something, but no one's selling it for that.
Because you may be giving people games they don't even want. So what's the point? Like, what?
Exactly.
Yeah,
There's no value.
I would think there has to be a bundle-less version, like a base version. Maybe that
should not be a bundle, regardless. You
true, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Let's
You're
see.
right. I mean, it has to be.
Sea of Thieves is It's $30 if you buy it.
It's $46.
I'm looking on the Microsoft store.
And nobody wants it.
So $30. Let's look at what Minecraft.
Minecraft's probably like what 5, 10.
I mean, you
ain't got Minecraft.
Oh wait, are they still selling that for 20?
You know, everyone who wants Minecraft has already got Minecraft.
That's what I'm saying.
That's $26.99 on the.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God, I didn't think they were still selling it.
And then Forza Horizon, I'm guessing is gonna be 40.
3D.
It shouldn't even be that
Forza
much.
Horizon 3 Standard Edition is $40. So yeah, in their mind, they're giving you $100 or like $110 in games value. But
in my mind, I don't want none of that shit.
No, about to say it's two of those games are like insanely. One, I wouldn't say insanely old. Minecraft is insanely old. Forza has been out for a few years, and Sea of Thieves has been out for a few years. Like, it's not really a bundle to me. It's not really a deal.
Well, a year, but it's been out long enough. Yeah, it's been out long enough for people to know they don't want that shit. So.
Yeah,
nobody.
The game just isn't one of those games. So it's
I'll
like,
get it on Game Pass, but I ain't buying that shit.
That would have been a better sell. Give me.
That's what I'm saying.
When I buy this, give me a digital give me like a 3-month pass for Xbox Game Pass.
Not even give me a year.
Well, listen, I'm trying to be realistic here.
Yeah,
right?
well, I'm just saying if you really want to drive this, you know, because that's what I was thinking they would do. If you're gonna offer somebody something that's all digital, there's no other way for them to play games other than for them to download them. So give them some incentive.
And the other thing I forgot about, because it's like not only do you lose the fact of playing games, you also lose the Blu-ray movies you could play.
Right.
And it's like
about that.
So it's like give me something I could use, maybe like a fucking Netflix pass or something.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe they're assuming if you buy this edition, you probably don't have a 4K TV if you're gonna pick this out of the group of Xboxes. So like maybe who cares about Ultra HD Blu-ray player or something? But it's got to be super cheap. Like, and don't force games on people. Throw in maybe one game.
Yeah, I guess that's the like.
Yeah.
Is this for the person who?
I would say one popular game, but does Microsoft?
I mean, at the end of the day,
they should have put Cuphead on it while it's still exclusive to Microsoft.
Damn, Cuphead.
You know, this is a console that they should be. The Xbox is at the end of its life. Some would say it's already at the end of its life. It should. This should be a console that's stripped down, should be pennies, and they should be one final push. They should be giving you just free they're free games. Give you Minecraft for free, for fuck's sakes. You know, it's Minecraft. They own it. You know, chuck in Sea of Thieves, and then give you a year's subscription, you know, for free to Game Pass. And say, yeah, jump on Sea of Thieves online on its old digital console, $150, £150 or whatever.
This should be the red and black Wii.
Yeah, that's what it should be. Just literally just pushing it out the door as cheap as possible. I mean, this could happen. Like I said, this price could be wrong. I don't want to be chewing them out because I don't want to be chewing them out because it could come at this price. And if it does, then great. You know, that's what it should be. So you know, I think we should just wait and see on this price. But in terms of the console and what we expect, I think this is in the realms of reasonability. You know. Being reasonable.
That's what I was saying before we started. I don't want to get on their head yet because it's not confirmed.
No.
But if this is real, this is insane.
And I mean, if somebody took the time to put that box art together with those 3 games, like, bravo, I guess, because it looks.
I mean, people have done way more than that.
I know, but
now. This is a game
to pick Forza Horizon 3. That took a thought, a really clever thought to say if we made it Forza Horizon 4, that was too obvious, you know. So we'll see. And what is the Xbox thing called? Their little event.
Oh, inside
Xbox.
Do they have like a synopsis of what this one's gonna be?
Did they give one?
They don't really do that. I don't think.
Yeah, it's kind of like it just starts and.
Here we go. This according to this, it says. Tune into a new episode. Get the latest news on E3, including Xbox, FanFest, and more. So we're talking about E3, I guess.
Which actually goes into the quote they had. If you want to jump into that.
All right, yeah. Go into the quote about Stadia.
Okay, so essentially they interviewed Phil Spencer about his thoughts on Google Stadia, and I'm just gonna read the full thing out here because it's a combination of 2 different things, which is what they didn't do and what Xbox is going to do. So here we go. We just wrapped up watching the Google announcement of Stadia as a team here at GDC. Their announcement is validation of the path we embarked on 2 years ago. Today, we saw a big tech competitor enter the gaming market and frame the necessary ingredients for success, such as success as content, community, and cloud. There were no big surprises in their announcement, although I was impressed by their leveraging of YouTube, their use of the Google Assistant, and the new Wi-Fi controller. But I really want to get back to us. There has been really good work to get us in the position where we are poised to compete for 2 billion gamers across the planet. Google went big today, and we'll have a couple of months before E3 where we will go big. We have to stay agile and continue to build with our customer at the center. We have the content, community, cloud, team, and strategy. And as I've been saying for a while, it's all about execution. This is even more true today. Energizing times. That was the full quote.
Mhm.
What about the part where he said that they don't have the software?
I think that's the part where he's like frame the necessary agreements for success, such as content, community, and cloud. And then he's like, there were no big surprises in their announcement.
I thought he'd specifically said a separate quote about they don't have the basically they don't have the IPs.
If I may quote Martin Lawrence as Big Mama, what you talking? What? Where is this coming from?
Movable big.
Oh, yeah,
Put your money where your mouth is, bruh.
Oh, this is Microsoft. They know who their competitors are, right?
Oh, okay. Those were they did two different. Okay, I see what they did. All right, let me see. Okay, yeah, here's the second comment he made. Emerging competitors like Google have a cloud infrastructure, a community with YouTube, but they don't have the content. But that wasn't Phil Spencer. That was
okay.
Xbox chief marketing.
They don't have the content. Xbox don't have the content right now. Like that's
Come
the
on,
problem.
man. They got content. They got what's that game? That game that's that game. Yeah. They got that content.
Well, you know, Google, they don't want to sell a box, and neither does Xbox apparently. So
all Google's gonna hope is just to have probably the major multiplats, people playing it on there, and then come up with some of their own games. But it's just like they're gonna go big. Like, do they really think that the fucking the streaming, like, people are that excited for it? Like the 2 billion, they're talking about the 2 billion people who won't sit down and just play won't buy a console or a PC to play a game. They're talking about all these idiots that just play on their phones the most simple games, or they watch YouTube videos.
That's exactly it. The most simple games. Maybe they don't care about that shit. Maybe they don't want to play those types of games, and just you're not gonna get them to play it. I don't know.
They're not gonna play Assassin's Creed just because it's on streaming.
Right. It's not gonna happen.
You're just gonna save gamers who are already playing that kind of stuff. You're gonna save a portion of them from having to buy a $500-$600 system. Maybe if it's all there and it works. But so let me read you the roadmap here for this tomorrow's Inside Xbox.
How did you find more to it? Okay.
Our hour-long April episode will explore some exciting Xbox Game Pass news. New details on the much-anticipated anniversary update for Sea of Thieves, the special guest Rod Ferguson from the Coalition, first details and footage of the Warhammer Crossbane beta, and an exclusive look at Rage 2, a handful of exciting back compat announcements, whatever that means. Oh, back compatibilities. And several surprises we're saving for the show. And then they said, due to popular demand, we're bringing back the Ebon Flintlock in-game accessory from Sea of Thieves to celebrate the year of fortune.
Why they gotta lie? Nobody asked for that.
That's such a weirdly specific lie too. It's like some shit that you would just not expect to hear. Like,
I have a trailer for this. This Inside Xbox, yeah.
Who lost the bet? That's my question.
If I thought anyone got excited about that, I would slap him.
Oh, that's right. There's some Xbox fans who are excited.
I'm looking forward to seeing some Rage 2 gameplay, but I mean, again,
Listen,
let's just-
I'd rather watch state of play shit than to watch Inside Xbox. An hour-long presentation with a bunch of redundant ass shit.
Don't push it, Terrell. Don't push it now.
I'm just saying, like, it's.
But they're gonna announce a new old game for Game Pass.
This shit just bums me out, yo. When that's what you're doing in 2019. Guess what, guys? We got some new old games because people did the same shit to the Wii U when they were adding games to the Virtual Console. It was the same shit. It's 2016, and all you guys are doing is introducing old games. Yeah, Xbox. Is that all you fucking doing?
Do we sound like Microsoft and Sony fanboys when a Nintendo Direct gets announced or shown? I'm just wondering.
Not to the same
Not
extent.
really. I don't think. But like, first of all, Nintendo Directs are good.
Usually,
I mean I mean, they're at least like
the format's
even
way
if,
better.
Yeah, even if they're not great like content wise, like they're still, the format's still good. So
I mean, listening to Major Nelson try to like sound cool,
put on them damn gloves.
So again, Rage 2 looks like a great game. I think it was first shown.
Too bad it's not a Microsoft game, though.
Yeah, Bethesda's E3, then Microsoft showed off again. Just like their last two E3s, a lot of people just give them so much praise. All the games they had. All they did was show a bunch of PlayStation and PC guys some sweet games they're going to be playing in the next year. Rage 2 is going to sell probably 3-1, 4-1 on PlayStation, so Microsoft's showing it off. Whoop-de-doo. Like, that. No one, like the Xbox fans are not going to be the ones, making that game a success or not. But I guess they're showing it. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it because I'm still not quite sure exactly how the whole game world and everything connects. Like, just so many weird looking, different like games all in one. But so I guess it's cool, but it's not. It's no reason.
You sound apprehensive about it, and that shouldn't be the case.
There's no reason like. It's not a pro to Xbox to show Rage 2. That's just a multi-plat. Like that's just been their problem, and that's all they have to show. Like I'm sure they'll have Mortal Kombat 11 and some other stuff, but it's like if they had a big game, trust me, they would show it instead of.
Well, they keep saying they're posting themselves up for E3. That's what Phil said in his little comment a few back when the Stadia was revealed. So apparently they have this huge plan for E3, but to me, if we're coming into E3 and like the announcements you're giving now are just like exclusive looks to multiplats and like new Xbox Game Pass games, the only thing I can think you could possibly show to E3 that would make me think that you got your shit together is a new console.
Yeah, they're showing the new Xbox. I would bet. I'll put $100 on it. Like there's no doubt in my mind they have to show new hardware. They have to.
I feel like they should, but I don't know.
My question
to you doing right now. So,
would you think if they show it off? Let's say they show it off at E3. Do you think it's coming out this year?
I doubt it'd be out this year, but I think it'd be out March 2020.
I was thinking early next year. I think they're gonna copy what Nintendo did.
I don't think they're gonna show it at E3. They don't need to.
They have. Otherwise, why would they even have
something? They ain't got no games or hardware to show. Like, what's the point?
They'll turn up, but what I mean is, it's just, as we know now, E3 is not actually without Sony being there. Oh fuck, I don't know.
Even last time, it makes sense because if you look at last time, they didn't wait to E3 or they didn't show Xbox One at E3. They showed it at their own event.
Yeah, so did
Sony.
Right.
They
showed
both
off the Xbox One X at E3, and
they didn't really go into it like.
Can they really? You think in their mind a big E3 is just showing off their streaming service?
Man.
I think. They're probably tease some games. That's literally all I can think of.
If they're detached from reality, like they seem to be from time to time, they would think that's a great thing to be showing at E3.
Maybe that's better than just showing a bunch of third-party multiplats for most of your E3s or most of your runtime, but it's still probably going to be third-party multiplats. But I got a prediction, like way ahead here from before E3 predictions or anything. But they've reiterated that Halo Infinite's going to be playable on Xbox One. Like some people were thinking it's going to be next gen. I'm going to call it right now. It's only going to be playable streaming on the last Xbox, the old Xbox One. Like it's going to be a game built for the next gen. I think the only way to play it on the Xbox One S or base model is going to be streaming it. That's a prediction I have, because you don't make a brand new game engine and then put it on your hardware that's seen, the end of it's on the downward slide. You don't put a brand new game engine on there. It might run on the X.
Downward incline.
It might run on the X, possibly, and it'd be only run natively on the X.
I mean, it could be. It could. It could be a Breath of the Wild situation where it was made for the original hardware and only has like a few benefits for the new hardware.
I think what they showed last year was next gen game engine, wasn't. But anyway, that's just a prediction I have. I feel like they have to show new hardware and the streaming service. If it's just the streaming service and like, oh, here's Gears 5 coming out later, like people weren't that even diehard Gears fans were kind of bored with Gears 4 by the end of the game. I remember.
What can Microsoft do now to get the market excited? And I'm not talking about gaming shit. I'm talking about the market.
I think they got to have exciting new hardware, just like Nintendo came back. The Switch was exciting. I don't know that they'll do anything crazy, but they somehow have to capture people's attention with whatever they have. And I don't know what it could be though. But I mean, I think price, everybody talks about there's no loyalty and stuff. People, consumers, and it's one of the things I try to, where I work, I've always tried to, I gave up telling people this, but people care about price more than most, like marketing people and sales managers. They don't want to cave on the price, but that is such a big deciding factor for people. If the Xbox One initially was the same price as the PS4, and you're like, well, it has the Kinect, but it's maybe a little less powerful, but I get this Kinect feature, and it was the same price, I think this whole generation would be a completely different story. But when you got $100 difference, so if Microsoft could really just throw some awesome tech and be like, oh yeah, by the way, it's $349, something like that. I don't know if anything else could get people excited.
They're not gonna announce price yet.
No, I'm just saying though, but that's the only way they could get people.
Oh yeah,
because the running issue with Xbox is that Xbox, and this is one of the reasons why I've always been so down on them. They don't really, their consoles don't innovate. Like to me, Xbox's claim to fame was always their online infrastructure. Yeah. So streaming is like the natural progression for them. Okay, fine, I get it, but like, if Google's already doing that, what like? Microsoft now has to work harder to justify itself from Google and being like, oh, ours is a different experience, and this is why you should come to our streaming platform. And there's not really.
There's one thing that they can do.
Yeah.
There's one thing that Microsoft can do right now. They're buying up all these studios, obviously. Mm-hmm. And we all know that Rare is quite incapable of making a decent game anymore. What they could do is come out of the gate. Oh, you want Perfect Dark? Here's a new Perfect Dark. Oh, Jet Force Gemini? Here's a new Jet Force Gemini. Oh, Conquer, you want that? Here it comes. It's coming by this studio that we bought up. That could get people invigorated and excited. I think that's one of the few things that they could actually do, and it had to be good games. It can't be what they did with the 360 and Perfect Dark Zero, complete trash, and Banjo. What's the game with Banjo?
Oh, Nuts and Bolts.
Nuts and Bolts. You can't do shit like that. It has to be full on, like the sequels that fans have wanted for 20 years or whatever.
Do they have any like old IPs from the first Xbox that they haven't?
Isn't that one?
Who?
Yeah, none of those IPs nobody cares about.
Okay, because
they don't have any. Like,
maybe Fable might touch a chord here and there.
Fable's probably the only thing.
Yeah,
because I think the other problem is, and people make the joke, but Xbox really caters to a certain genre.
Yeah.
And the problem is that even some of their older IPs that would be like, oh shit, I played the original Xbox. I remember Blink the Time Sweeper and shit.
Yeah.
People don't fucking
that shit ain't moving nobody. You know?
Yeah, because like everyone, the stereotypical Xbox gamer is like a dude who only plays like sports games and fucking shooters. If it's not one of those two genres, they don't give a fuck, and that's kind of the other problem they have. And I think, to be fair, I'll give them credit. The Xbox One is the most I've seen them try to cater to different types of gamers, but the shit's so embedded in their fan base. They can't really get out. They can't get their fan base to branch out.
Well,
listen to the podcast. That's all you gotta do.
Listen to the multiplayer podcast.
They fighting, son. I don't want that. Those are Japanese games. Those aren't real games.
Yeah, it drives me nuts. People are like, "See, look at that. Nier's coming to Xbox. Now, what you got to say, Sony ponies?"
Yeah,
we already played it
2 years ago.
It still sell better on PlayStation. It still will sell better on PlayStation.
What do you Nintendo Switch guys got to say? You lost one of your exclusives.
Oh, I guess
we're transitioning now.
That's actually a good way. All right, good job. Good job.
Yeah. That was nice.
Yeah, it's good. It's not.
I heard them trying to make a bigger deal out of that than what it was. Like,
I heard people that wouldn't even know what Octopath Traveler was probably a couple days ago. All of a sudden, this in their titles and shit. You don't know no damn Octopath Traveler. Let's get out of here.
That's because they didn't think that game was gonna hold any water, and then it sold over 1 million copies on a handheld system.
I thought they said 1.5 million or something.
Oh, now it is,
yeah. It's 1.5, but it's like, come on. The only reason you're even talking about Octopath Traveler because you think it's gonna make some people upset. I don't care, man. I played the hell out of the game on a console I wanted to play it on.
And I think it was Clock that made the point during our Google chat where he was like, it doesn't really change the main reason why you buy it on Switch because it's a cool ass RPG you can play on the go.
You can't touch that. Nobody can touch that right now.
So it's like, okay, cool. You have the closest you can do now is you can bring it with you on your PC or your tablet or a laptop.
Yeah,
like that's not the same experience.
That's not the same.
But right? I know it was touted that it wasn't exclusive at the time, but it's not like Nintendo funded this game and it's like, oh my, how did this happen? It's not like Bayonetta all of a sudden Bayonetta 3's or Bayonetta 2's coming. Like, this was a Square game. They chose to release it on the Switch because this team had made a couple 3DS games that people liked.
Yes, really good ass 3DS games. This was a proven developer, and it's unfortunately the same shit that was happening during the Wii U era, where it was like, oh look, I'm gonna test this franchise out on the 3DS, like the popular handheld, and then I'm gonna make an upgraded version, and it's not gonna come to the upgraded Nintendo console. That happened a lot last gen, where we would get like 3DS games, like Monster Hunter, for example. We got all these monsters of game on the 3DS, and then all of a sudden Worlds came out, and it was like, yo, you wanna put it on the Switch?
Throw a bone to us, please.
Yeah,
we've been saving y'all the last
few
years.
It's the same dumbass hustle, and at the end of the day, it's just the reverse here. It started on Nintendo, so I'm not really sweating it as much because hey, I got it first this time.
Right. And where's it gonna sell more at the end of the day? You think? I mean, you need to look at like indie games. Indie games, if they're on Switch and PC, what do they sell more on Switch?
And PC gamers aren't going to pay $60.
PC gamers they ain't paying that for a 16-bit game. My PC I ain't wasting my PC on that.
And I mean, that's the other point. There's really no benefit to this type of art style, like being bumped up to 4K. Like, it's still, even when it zoomed in the enemies on the announcement trailer, they're still all pixelated on purpose. Like, that's the look of the game.
Right.
So you're really not, it's not like you're going to get some vast improvement even on the visual side. The comparison videos are going to look like which version's which.
Yep. And I guess the only way you'll be able to tell is that you won't see like artifacts in the background in that one scene for like 10 seconds or something.
So it's going to be 60 frames per second, like it matters in that game, like
There's literally nothing bad about this game coming to PC whatsoever.
Nothing.
So it's sold really well on the Switch. They're trying to make some more sales. What's the malfunction?
There's no.
It's just at this point, it's more like indifference because it's like, okay, cool, it's on PC now, but it doesn't really hurt the Switch owner anyway because I still got my unique way to play the game, and I've already had it for a year. It'll be about a year when it comes out because it comes out in I think June.
Oh, and I got a physical copy, by the way.
Oh,
what you got over there, brother?
I got a cart.
You got vapor. You got vapor over there.
Hey, look, I got a digital receipt, yo. I got a digital receipt.
Yeah,
it felt like Square looked at the Switch version and went, God damn, this is so like trash. We need to start, you need to fucking put the PC. PC really quick.
I mean, it's like Sonic Lost Worlds. Like 3 years later, went to PC and people are like, oh, Switch lost an exclusive. Like, who fucking cares? This is a better game. But I don't think, to me, it doesn't matter. I guess. I mean, I didn't buy the game. I didn't play it, so I don't have any attachment to it. But it's not like a Nintendo IP all of a sudden going to PC like that. I think would have some impact.
Yeah. But some people brought it up heavy because it was like Nintendo and Sony fans have been making fun of Xbox for losing all their fucking exclusives.
Yeah, they're trying to find something. They're grasping at straws.
But I'm like, you took a third-party game that came out like a year ago and acted like it was an accomplishment. Like they did the same thing with
not
Nier.
like
they did the same thing with Nier when they got transferred from PS4 to the Xbox One, and no one bought it. That was the point.
Yeah.
And
no one paid for it.
Didn't Microsoft publish it? I'm not. I can't remember.
They helped fund Cuphead.
I feel like Cuphead was a Microsoft game.
Yeah, they paid for it.
Yeah.
And then
that one to me is a bigger hit.
Phil Spencer Microsoft even said they wanted to put it on the Switch because they felt it was the right type of game. And it's like, who cares? It's not like Microsoft. I guess if you really want to, like, if you're debating a fanboy and you really want to, I guess, get a point on them, you could be like, oh, you guys lost Cuphead, but like, who cares at this? It's not like it's fucking Gears.
That was funny just because that was, to me, that was like the best game they put out in the last.
Well, yeah, it was funny because I was watching the Xbox fans contort themselves to liking the game like Cuphead, which if it came out on anything else, be like, look at that kitty trash.
The only,
exposed.
only other Microsoft game that they, have any kind of, it's on Steam, so it's hard to really say that it's exclusive, but I would have much rather have Ori and the Blind Forest and the new one announced, for Switch.
Hopefully that's in the future. That would be.
Yeah, about to say. I mean, hey, look, E3 announcements. Xbox got big things coming to Nintendo Switch.
Bring Killer Instinct back to Nintendo.
Oh man.
Oh, you know what had me dying? If that Battletoads footage gets put out.
The Battletoads is on Switch.
Just like,
that'd be so funny.
Well,
damn,
dog, you lost your exclusive before it even became an exclusive.
I think.
Oh shit.
I mean, there's certain game types that it just makes sense. If you, it's not like it makes sense for Nintendo to put Mario Odyssey on an Xbox. Like that makes zero sense because that fan base doesn't care about that type of game. But putting an Ori or a Cuphead to a Nintendo console, that makes sense. So if you're a publisher, if you made that game, that's sales. That's a lot of money in your pocket, more than likely putting that on Switch.
Right.
So like it makes sense. And the only thing about Ori, I'd be curious to see. It has a really awesome like hand drawn like backgrounds and stuff. But I'd be curious, what the Switch could do with that game if it would have to do any kind of downgrades or not, because I mean it's got some lighting effects, some 3D like stuff, but I'd be very curious to see what they could do with the Switch with that game. And speaking of that game, I haven't seen anything on the sequel since like 2 E3s ago or something, maybe last year. Like that's gotten delayed and kind of nowhere now. I'm curious if that even has a release date, but let me look it up real quick.
Yeah.
I guess I I don't know. My thought process just was kind of like, I think people need to understand that when it comes to these ports, that at the end of the day, this is about the money. And Xbox, especially, is very past the idea of, oh, if it's on Xbox, it stays on Xbox. They're all about their final dollar. And they're like, Nintendo gamers like platformers. We'll give them Cuphead because Cuphead looks like it fits their style. I'm surprised because I guess Hellblade, they own Ninja Theory now. But I'd be curious if they had a hand in that.
Well, the port started over a year ago.
Okay, so this was even before.
Yeah, they actually
I guess
acquisition delayed the port about a month because they had to pause it while they waited to figure out how all that was going to work.
So Ninja Theory was going to do it regardless.
Yeah, they had already had somebody that studio working on it. So, man, this Ori and the Will of the Wisp, holy shit! I forgot how amazing this game looks. I linked it in the live chat. Really holy shit! It's one of the best looking games I've ever seen. It's fucking.
I mean,
I didn't realize it's been 2 years though.
Yeah, 2017.
Straight away, I was so fucking pumped for this game. The first one's absolutely phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But this one just seems to, blow it out of the water. So.
I mean, this is the perfect blend of amazing art direction and with technology. This is when you blend the two together and create something absolutely stunning.
Yeah. It mixes 2D and 3D really fucking well.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, I think this game maybe would have to have some sacrifices, but I think it's still gonna look good on the Switch and. Switch fans would absolutely eat it up.
When the real Switch comes out, it might run pretty good on that. Are we going to talk about that since you shared that video earlier?
We can. I didn't
even get to watch it yet.
He had actually a good point. I thought the title and everything was kind of a little misleading, but
so you get clicks, y'all. Come on.
Well, you had to do that to get the clicks.
Welcome to YouTube.
So I'll just give the gist of it. It was a Nintendo Prime, who I'm not subscribed to, but I saw.
You shouldn't.
And I was like,
I've seen videos from him time to time.
Yeah, so I'm like, what the fuck? So I click on it, and he pointed out that, and I mean, he's absolutely right. Nintendo hardware, they always have some custom chipset made. They partner with somebody. They have a custom chipset specific to their hardware. They usually have something unique and not off the shelf. And basically, the Switch's internals is just basically off the shelf parts. And we all know the Wii U failure sped up their what do you say, their generation, the next gen,
the timetable.
And so he was basically saying, they found who had a stock part readily available, and Nvidia had a bunch of Tegras because they were planning some big things with the Shield and stuff. So okay, we'll put that in there. They worked on some, what do they call the little, the software side things to help optimize. There's a term for that, So they made some custom stuff, but the hardware itself is just all off the shelf. I believe even the batteries, like the gamepad battery or something, if I'm not mistaken, it was a battery from something, maybe the 3DS XL for the Switch. So everything was basically off the shelf. And then we've had Joy-Con drift. We've had the Joy-Cons just, they don't lock for a lot of people anymore. They are not a lot, but for people, they just slide right off. The locking mechanism don't work.
Mine do, just slide.
The screen scratching on the dock. You had, basic OS, and he's just like, it feels like this is very un-Nintendo like in so many ways, and we've said that.
Yep, so countless times.
So maybe the success, was a surprise to them, but his theory kind of is that they're making now a more custom chipset, and they're going to release a highly modified version with a bunch of improvements, and maybe if they had the time, maybe that's what the Switch would have been.
Yeah, and it's not like Nintendo hasn't rushed hardware out just to have something to stopgap, because they did that before with a little known device called the Nintendo Virtual Boy.
And the DS, the first DS was very
Oh yeah, the first DS. You could say that too.
Poorly look. The aesthetics were terrible. It was just
my hinge eventually gave out. I'm sure a lot of people's hinges on their original DS.
Remember the first one on stage?
Wanted to be stated.
The first one, what clocked it?
Remember the first DS they showed on stage? Like,
yeah, I think it was ugly.
Different, right?
Really, I think it looked better than what we got.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that screen.
It looked way sleeker and like futuristic.
Black borders and stuff. Wow.
I wasn't feeling the thickness of the black borders. It looked too.
It looked like a prototype. The original DS to me looked like a prototype.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say the Switch looks like a prototype, but maybe.
The Switch is kind of a hybrid of like
the Switch just acts like a damn prototype with these damn failures it's having.
So I mean, I was like, that actually makes sense.
You are the prototype.
And then the other
switches, sliding Joy-Cons.
Yeah, you got a bad Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is not that great. It doesn't have Bluetooth for headsets.
Nintendo doesn't get down like this. They don't get down like this. This is very strange.
Considering their hand,
I'm hoping this is it, because if the other side of this was they're just being cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to believe that. I don't want to believe Nintendo's just being cheap. I want to believe that this is what's going on. So,
and then they actually have a job listing specifically for Wi-Fi Bluetooth expert that can test and do all this stuff and it's for like a 3-month span during the summer. Like there's a job listing just for that. So it's like, they're working on something.
Yeah.
And that
was one of the issues with the Switch to begin with, is the fucking that Wi-Fi card is garbage. It is so bad, yo. It fluctuates from working sometimes to working never.
Well, even with like your really good signal, you're right next to the router. My PS4 is getting says I'm getting like 50, 60. My Switch is like at 20.
Yeah, it's just a weak card.
And then even wired, it doesn't. I got 120 up or 120 down, 12 up, and my Switch, when I do the speed test, is at like 40, and it says NAT Type 2. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I did the same thing. I tried mine out.
What would you prefer now? Would you prefer a mid-gen upgrade, or would you like them to wait until the Switch is done? Because
I think we need a mid-gen upgrade, if I have to be honest with you.
I'd say mid-gen update. If and it's an optional thing. Like, I don't have to buy one, but if it's like the DS Lite or new 3DS XL, made 3D better, made the Miiverse work, made Smash play. What if for the
next console they do another hybrid console? Wouldn't it be more impressive then to see all of these new changes plus more come into the new system and having
I don't know. I'll take both.
As a Switch owner, I'd like some.
It's like making the argument that you hate all the updates to the DS. Did it diminish your interest in the 3DS? Because to me, it didn't really make a difference.
It didn't bother me at all.
It felt like they just built upon it.
No, that's still the same. That's still the same family, though. I'm talking about.
I mean, I'm just saying, if they put out another hybrid system, I don't know how different it's gonna be.
Yeah, I'd rather if they could do something, fix a lot of these issues, make a really Nintendo-like solid system. I mean, who knows? At launch, we wouldn't know, but years later, if we look back and said, yeah, that second Switch that's the Nintendo we're used to type of situation, then I think they should do it. If they're just going to put out another thrown together thing just to try to get
hard pass.
Yeah, but if it's like, they put some thought into this, it looks to be a worthy upgrade over my existing Switch, then
like if I could get to me, if it's like a jump from let's say the Game Boy Advance to the Game Boy Advance SP, that's 100% worth it.
Oh yeah,
because that shit was fucking beautiful, and that happened.
That was greatness. That was great.
No idea how many Game Boy Advance SPs I swapped over, man. They finally released a new fucking color. I was like, you son of a bitch.
And it's so compact.
Yeah, it's perfect for your pocket.
Just the light up screen and the clamshell design.
It me out though, because the 3DS did this shit too. when the 3DS finally got the 2DS design right, with that final design, that new 2DS design.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck you! Why'd you wait so long?
I want one of those.
Check this damn way."
Yeah, that was a nice looking system.
Fuck.
But that was too late for me.
was
That's too late.
See, that's why
go back to
when people were like last year, people were like, I don't want to see a Switch revision to 2020, 2021. I'm like, might as well come out with a new Switch. Like, why wait 4 years to have some good improvements? Like, I don't want to wait that long. But again, I don't really want to. I'm at a point right now. I'm actually on like a no spending budget thing. I'm really restricting myself.
Good job.
So it's not like I'd want to go out and throw down a $300-400 on a new Switch or something. So, but
he's saving up for the snowplow. That's why.
For June, snowplow in June.
Yeah. Most of that snow's gone already now, but yeah. So it's just a weird thing, and it everything he said, I was like, usually I watch these videos, I'm just like rolling my eyes, like it's just the same old nonsense. But I was like, you know what? He actually made some good points, and I wouldn't be surprised because there's just so many. This doesn't feel like your typical just rumor. Everybody's reporting the same rumor. Like
hardly anybody's talking about this.
Like the end of last year, I remember Digital Foundry was like, yeah, we have a source saying 2 new Switch SKUs are in the works. That was before anybody had said anything at that point. And then we got the Mini Pro like rumor stuff. So it might have all been based on that one little comment, but it just feels like there's too much smoke for something not to be in the work. Whether it's just a minor revision or a major revision, I really feel like something.
I think they're gonna go with the idea of making the base Switch kind of like the 3DS, and then having this Pro Switch be kind of the I'm not gonna say big boys console. I feel like that's not the right thing to say, but like
a big boy console.
Will it be the
like the higher tier console?
I feel like because of the Tegra and all the hacking that had gone on, their system is just wide open to hacking. Whatever they do, they're definitely going to address that, and I don't know what it takes to address that.
Well, they're already addressing it on YouTube, apparently.
Oh yeah, you saw that, didn't you?
Oh, I made a video yesterday about it. I just haven't uploaded it yet.
They're blocked. They've been copyright striking any homebrew video.
Homebrew videos.
Oh yeah.
So if so good news. You can upload your Nintendo Switch gameplay. You just can't talk about hacking the console.
Yeah. So I have a few choice words about that stuff. That's bullshit.
They definitely have something, even if it's just to fix that.
Oh yeah, they're very anal about their anti-product.
But I think whatever they come out with will be the Switch model. I don't know that they're gonna this current Switch. I don't know that that's gonna continue. Once they deplete the stock, I don't think they're just gonna keep manufacturing that.
I think it only will continue if the new version sells well.
Because of the hacking and stuff, they got to do something.
I mean, that's a lose situation.
And it might look the same I guess it could look the same on the outside, but they're going to have something different on the inside.
Be some different chipsets.
I would hope it looked different. Like I guess if they call it a Pro and they call it like if the base ones models get switched out with like updated processors and shit, but they just don't call it the Pro. It's still just the Switch, but the Pro version is actually called the Pro.
Or whatever the name.
I wouldn't mind them giving some girth to these Joy-Cons.
They need curvature. That's the problem. They're too flat.
Yeah,
because it's not like it's portable where you're putting it in your pocket.
No.
So does it really matter if you have thickness on the Joy-Con? Not really.
No, at this point, ergonomics I think would be a strong selling point.
I was gonna say I'd rather it be like an SP upgrade versus like a fucking what was a really basic one? I guess like DS Lite to DSi, which wasn't that huge in terms of aesthetics.
Well, didn't the DSi introduce the XL? I don't think the standard DS had an XL till I thought the DSi brought the bigger.
Because the Lite. No, the Lite didn't have it. No, did it?
Let's see if there was a DS. I thought the DSi brought the bigger size.
See what the other thing is. I think a lot of Nintendo gamers are not. Well, let me first say a lot of console Nintendo gamers aren't used to like the handheld style of upgrades. So they're like,
the DSi was I brought the XL.
Oh, did it? Because they did it earlier for the 3DS.
Because it was just the DSi and then the DSi XL. The DS Lite never got an XL.
Because the DSi was like towards the end of the DS lifespan.
Yeah, 2008.
I've bought multiple consoles from Nintendo since the N64, so it ain't nothing new to me.
Yeah,
I'm buying my colors. I'm buying my color controllers.
Kind of like Juice, for example, who only bought like the main consoles. He never bought handhelds like that. So some people aren't used to that.
But I always upgrade my handhelds. I never stick with the DS. I bought the DS. I waited for the Lite.
Yeah, so you waited. So you did.
And that's the only one I got. But I got the Game Boy Advance, and then the SP, and then I got the standard 3DS. I got the 3DS XL, and then I got a new 3DS XL.
Yes, I knew how it is. So I usually skip one. So like for the 3DS, I didn't buy the original 3DS. I bought the XL, and then I bought the new 3DS, and that's all. The new 3DS XL. I mean,
well, I mean for the home consoles, Nintendo has been pretty on point with their hardware builds and all that kind of stuff. So you never felt the reason to buy anything other than you wanted to buy some kind of custom console or something like that. Then that's different. But as far as like needing to upgrade to a newer version because your last version is hideous or falling apart or something like that.
Oh, you mean like the Xbox 360?
PS2 comes to mind. It's like I hated that original design. Slim was much better as far as I'm concerned, as far as design goes.
Yeah.
Stuff like that has never really been a thing on Nintendo consoles. So,
I bought one Super NES, one N64, the day one GameCube, the Wii, which I actually sold because the Wii U had full backwards compatibility. It's the only Nintendo console I don't have.
You were able to sell your Wii?
I got $80 for it with it.
Well, damn. How did you pull that?
Right when the Wii U came out, a lady at work, her kids broke their Wii and needed a new one. I said $80 with one Wii remote.
That woman's ignorance. How dare you?
Unless you're me and T, and we bought like multiple of the same consoles.
Yeah, I just do that because I like the different designs sometimes.
You didn't have to do it.
I've never bought a second home console of the same. Like I got one 360, one PS3.
I never know how you managed that because the 360 was a fucking garbage.
Mine got sent back twice.
I waited.
That's why people were like I was confused. Like, why are you so hard on the 360, man? Yeah, because I played Nintendo consoles. I never had to do this dumb shit where you have to buy a console twice.
Not for failure. Like that's
the dumbest. Other than the the overheating issue, the original Xbox 360 didn't even have HDMI. It was
also
it has AV and shit. Like, you're gonna sell an HD console with
you got it through component video. Was the only way to get 1080i output. Was the best you could get 720p. And you want to talk about the first year not showing what a new generation could do? Those games were not ready for HD. They're like, oh, look at Burnout 3 on that 360.
Like somebody wiped Vaseline across.
And it's like it looks the same. And then it wasn't till Gears and Assassin's Creed really showed what the next gen was capable
it was King
Kong. The first game that got me was Lost Planet from Capcom.
Oh, Lost Planet. Yeah, Lost Planet was good. It was goodness.
It was all right.
That's when I was like, oh yeah.
I had the PC cable for the Xbox 360, so that's when I first saw it in HD, plugging it up to my PC monitor. Xbox, and I played Lost Planet first, so that was my first Xbox HD game.
It's clean. It's like going from if you ever done it, if you went from what do you call it, component on Dreamcast to using the VGA cable. Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's glorious, boy.
Yeah,
that's
apart from like the text and stuff, that everything else looked amazing.
Yeah.
So, just completely unrelated. I was just looking because I mentioned Assassin's Creed. That was it was either that or Gears that I seen first. One of those two, and I was like, all right, that's something not possible on the last generation, or whatever generation we were on. And we didn't really talk about this, and I think it's kind of got mostly ignored was that the remastered Assassin's Creed 3 that already came out on Xbox and PlayStation. It doesn't come out on Switch till like May 21st or something. I for some reason thought that we were past the getting late stuff on the for the Switch.
Well, I mean, come on, man. You know, April has been an unprecedented month in Nintendo history, so you can't put everything here, you know.
But I'm just like, that's just weird. I think it came out in end of March on the other systems, and it's like I don't care about that game, but why is there a 2-month
That is strange
difference?
It's because Ubisoft is weirdly inconsistent.
Well, because when you saw it, it ran like ass.
Well, yeah. I mean, the footage they showed in that direct looked worse than the Wii U footage from 2012, and that's a damn fact.
That's facts.
And I mean, the remastered part of it on the other systems, yeah, it made some lighting improvements, but some of the facial stuff actually looks worse because of the new lighting makes it look wrong. And I'm like, it's not even that much of an upgrade. I have a feeling the Switch version is going to be directly related to the 360 PS3 Wii U version, and it's not even going to run as good.
Did they make the game less boring?
No, I don't think they made any.
It was just boring, man.
Any quality of life improvements. The Liberty, what was that one? Assassin's Creed Liberty. That comes with it, and I don't know how that one was. That's
kind of cool.
Was that a Vita game?
Vita game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Incentive. There's an incentive. How much is it gonna be?
Let me see if it's on the eShop yet.
Let's see what the other versions cost right now.
Wasn't it like 40 or something?
It can't be. Better not be more than 40.
I'll give them props if they sold it at 40 and didn't try to get 60.
Considering it's Ubisoft, you have to give them props because it doesn't seem like
I accidentally typed a 63, and that's gonna happen someday.
I'm waiting on my Starlink.
Assassin's Creed Remastered. Yeah, it's $40.
Oh, good.
But you can get Odyssey right now for 20, and I hear that's actually a pretty good game. That's $20 right now.
I've heard decent things about it. It seems to fluctuate a lot.
I can't trust them games because I always hear that every year. Oh no, this is the one, man. Nah.
For $20, man.
Side note, I just realized I was on the eShop looking. I wanted to see how much they're selling Saints Row the third for. $40.
Wait, $20 physical?
Yeah. On Best Buy right now.
Oh shit.
Oh, for
Odyssey.
I may have to.
You know what else is $20 in Target right now? Xenoblade 2. Go get that game.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Nice.
They sold that. That's on sale, and I'm like, y'all have no excuse now. $20? Are you fucking mind?
Do you think the Switch version of Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered will all be on the cart?
How big is that game?
It better be.
Wait, are you just talking 3, or are you also talking that?
I'm talking about I don't know about the bonus game. The official box art, which might not be 100% done, doesn't have the banner.
Excuse me, but Assassin's Creed 3 came on it was only on one DVD for 360.
Yeah,
so it better fit. It better be on a damn cart.
14 gigs.
I mean, what's the Vita game? 2 gigs tops. I mean, get out of here.
It's like the worst Assassin's Creed. It's fucking trash. I hate it.
It is the worst one.
Garbage.
It's so garbage. And I was so excited about it because I love that the era that's set in the time period.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, this is gonna be cool. I love this time period. And no, it's so whack.
Well, it looks like the Mortal Kombat 11 Switch box art doesn't have the banner across. I guess if it's a day one update, it doesn't count for the banner.
I guess.
Even though it's almost 3 times the size of.
I've already gave up a Mortal Kombat. Y'all. That's y'all. Y'all can talk.
But why wouldn't the banner have to be on there
anymore?
They said 15 gigabyte day one.
Someone made another point that I thought I agree with. They have one that they're doing that same shit again, where they have like a legacy character be day one DLC.
Yeah, fuck that.
And I was like, how dare you?
Nope.
On top of everything
all over again, man. It's fucking go on.
But just legally, How can they get away if this doesn't have the banner on the top of the game case?
I like how Juice is like
legal. They find ways around them, just like Nintendo did with the when they were over here not flagging people videos, but claiming them on that homebrew shit.
we don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
They find ways around the law
when they want to say
that's some shady shit right there, man.
You ain't even selling me a full game at this point. Like, how is that legal? That's great. That's a great question.
Imagine if let's say you don't watch YouTube stuff. You just see a commercial for a game. You know the Switch is popular, and you go out and you buy a Switch and Mortal Kombat 11 on Friday. And what is the Switch?
You got 500 megabytes of space on your card.
The Switch comes, I forget, day after the
car, right? If you walked out to the shop and sat in the car, it's like, yeah, go on, little Timmy, you can play Mortal Kombat now in the back of the car. Oh, thanks, Mom. And little Timmy plugs it in. He's like, Mom, this shit ain't working. What's going on?
I bet there's something. I bet there's
and you go to Twitter and there's so many shills on those like posts from Nintendo. It's like, are you serious?
There's a former guest who's been on the Juice Loose quite a bit. He's a defendo, and he's throwing out the at least it's coming.
At least it's coming. But it's not, because I have to download that bitch.
Yeah, but getting back to my point, if that 32 gigs, I think it's only like 23 when you start the system up. I believe there's only the internal memory. I think you only have about 23 gigs. So technically, you can download all that 16 gigs and not need to buy an SD card. But what if you bought one other game
longer than 5 minutes?
Yeah, what if you buy Breath of the Wild digital and then you buy Mortal Kombat 11 and you're like, oh fuck, this doesn't fit. Like,
forget about it.
That's why I said you gotta have.
That was so bad, yo.
That's a travesty.
It's like you're trying to deceive the consumer.
Yeah.
Like,
they've already been deceiving us Nintendo fans as it is. So
this whole industry is a travesty. I saw the tweet yesterday. I nearly wanted to do a video on it, but I just can't be bothered. But it's like a father replies, and the guy was like, You all best buy this Star Wars single player game now to prove to third party publishers that single player games are viable. I was just like, oh,
what?
Don't give me. Are we still?
Excuse me. Most companies already know that. It's just EA and to some degree Microsoft. They don't understand that.
They can look at Breath of the Wild fucking sales, God of War sales. They know that that's still viable.
Man, they're just being fucking stupid.
They just got to be. It's got to be a good game.
I'm so done with that argument.
That argument is so been destroyed with every like single player game that's come out.
His argument was third party games, right? And my argument was that if this industry wasn't so overinflated with budgets and investors and all this shit, right, that you spend on making these trash fucking games, then maybe you would make some money.
Yeah.
I mean, look what's happened. I heard Dragon Age is in trouble too. Like, what the fuck, man? Like,
fucking Bioware finished.
Yeah, that's Bioware.
Yeah, Bioware again, getting screwed over by EA.
Well, to be fair, from what I heard, because I think this is also tracing back to the Anthem situation that's been going on.
Anthem,
and part of that was on Bioware, even though some of it, I mean, it's EA, it's still EA, but part of it was also on Bioware mismanaging that time.
Well, they're saying the multiplayer is a big factor into what's screwing them over. They're being forced into.
Yeah, you say Bioware mismanaging their time. They didn't mismanage their time with Mass Effect 1, the original Dragon Age, Mass Effect 2, a bit of it in Mass Effect 3, because you could feel that EA fucking cock up.
I thought Dragon Age was the game that like they had to finish on crunch time, from what I remember. Or am I misremembering that?
What, the original one?
No, the second one.
Oh,
Dragon Age 2.
Yeah, we're talking EA.
Well, then you had a former Bioware guy, or maybe still work for. They're saying like the what's the fuck, that Frostbite engine? Like there's like one or two people that are the go-to to solve problems and
technical support and stuff. Right?
And because that Frostbite's on FIFA, Madden, fucking Battlefield, Battlefront, like they just could never get the person like they, they're waiting to have this person come help them.
It's not even like you're another studio outside the EA. You're a fucking internal studio making, the next big fucking game. It's bonkers, absolutely bonkers. So, I mean, my fingers directly pointed at EA at the root of all of it. So,
if it's not all EA, it's about 90%.
Yeah.
So I don't even want to hear that noise about what Bioware isn't doing.
Bioware is absolutely fine without them.
Someone pointed out that Respawn isn't forced to use Frostbite. They're using whatever the engine they wanted for Titanfall and for Apex Legends. They're not forced to use Frostbite, and they have a pretty slick. Those games run really nice.
Yeah.
Well, Titanfall wasn't originally EA, was it? It was. I mean, they were Respawn were by themselves, weren't they? Because they had the original Titanfall exclusive to the original Xbox, right?
Yeah.
I think EA was. I think
there was EA though. That EA was there for that too.
The publisher.
Yeah.
I think so.
They made a deal with EA to make that exclusive for a little while.
Okay. Ignore me then.
Quickly, unrelated. For those that were interested in buying Aquaman on Blu-ray, it's already got a $10 price drop. It's $15 right now. Best Buy, Amazon.
Yeah, I got to cop that.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. So I'm getting it right now. I'll go pick it up tomorrow.
Fuck you shopping for DVDs for, man?
I just happened to see a thing for Amazon on top.
Yeah, man, it could be an HD DVD. Leave him alone.
I tell you what I want to buy. Let's do that transition. I tell you what I want to buy, and I can't. It's Nintendo Labo VR. It's sold out fucking everywhere.
Really? It's readily available.
Sold out.
Actually, I didn't even see it at all in Best Buy when I went to go look.
It's on the Nintendo shop, but it's always more expensive on there, and I don't want to pay.
If you want to pay for shipping, they have both versions at my local store that I was at yesterday.
Yeah, that shipping's a bitch.
Yeah, shipping across the pond. Boy,
that's what I'm talking about.
Have you mailed something from US
to France?
It was that size too.
It was ridiculous. No, it was two Blu-rays, and it was like fucking $28.
Damn.
Guess what? It wasn't worth it, was it?
Nope.
Okay, as long as you know, don't do that shit again.
Cop that Aquaman for $15. That's a deal right there. And it just came out. Now I'm waiting for Bumblebee to hit $15, and I'll pick
Bumblebee.
Fucking Spider-Man.
They tricked me, man. I thought they're gonna have that damn VHS. I was pissed. I was so pissed. They made this fake trailer about the VHS coming out for Bumblebee. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, that's cool as shit. Nah, it was just all ploy.
I want to watch that. I definitely want to watch that movie. I'm not paying $28 for a fucking Blu-ray though. I'll wait for.
Oh, you haven't seen it before?
I haven't seen it, but I know. Oh. I know I'm gonna buy it. I'm just gonna buy it. Once gets the price drop. Because I want to see it.
Because I love it.
I've never seen a movie with that girl, but she's been in a couple like trailers for movies that I really wanted to see, and I just never. That she was in like a 17. What was it called? Edge of 17. Oh. It looks so good, and I never seen that movie.
Just face the fact that you don't like her, man. It's something about it that's keeping you away from her movies.
Yeah, something. But anyway, let's go back to gaming. What were we talking about?
Wow.
Well, we were talking about
don't tell
third parties and Bioware and shit. We still haven't seen Mortal Kombat 11. I don't give a shit what anybody says. That Switch trailer, that what do you call that? They took footage and pasted it on like somebody's Switch and handheld in the live action commercial. What that may or may not have actually been.
Oh yeah.
Switch footage, like they superimpose or whatever the term is.
Superimpose.
Yeah, like that was. Maybe it was actual footage, but it was a cinematic like intro of the two fighters. Still haven't seen not even 1 second of Switch gameplay of fighting off screen, nothing. And it's like, what everyone said it looked good.
NetherRealm or who was it?
Well, Nintendo was one blocking it at PAX. Maybe it's because they were told. by.
Well, yeah, I was told. Well, I was told. I keep hearing from people that, oh no, it's NetherRealm. They don't want the lesser version out there, to affect the messaging they're trying to put out for the game. So it's possible.
I mean, look, their bullshit ass messaging is already out there, regardless of the Nintendo Switch version.
Well, yeah.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to have a launch trailer on Nintendo's YouTube channel, and it's going to be all cinematics. That's all you're going to see is cinematics, and it's going to be look, pretty good. And
Nintendo's not going to put bloody ass shit on their channel, so
they will.
I think they'll do that.
Yeah, it'll just be cinematic, because
with sex stuff they wouldn't do that.
Doom and everything.
Hellblade, they did. They did a launch trailer that showed some of the more scary.
It's kind of muted though. I'm talking about like full on. Let me rip your damn spine out.
Yeah.
I mean, Mortal Kombat is.
To me, like that's Mortal Kombat. Like they don't make no sense.
Well, that's Mortal Kombat, but I'm saying Nintendo's channel. I don't know if they would do it on their own channel. That's why I think that's why they've been kind of skirting.
You know what I want? T. You know what I want to see?
What?
A Nintendo minute of Mortal Kombat 11.
Yeah, let's see that.
I wouldn't be surprised actually.
That shit would have me dying, yo. Because there's no way I
Nintendo minute in a long time.
I can't even imagine that interaction. Wow, did you see his spine? That spine just came out perfectly. Look at the watercolor.
Krista, are you okay? I think she's fainted, folks.
Oh, shit. She would have me die.
I haven't watched Nintendo Minute in a while. Actually, there hasn't been too much interesting stuff. They played Cuphead. I did watch a little bit of that, but just nothing.
I just don't like the guy, and
yeah, he's kind of an ass.
Yeah, and Chris is, she's too.
She don't play no damn games, man. They're not authentic to me.
No,
I think he knows what he's talking about to do, but he's just, I don't know, something about him dry.
She fucking doesn't.
She
don't play no damn games.
She's not a very good gamer.
No.
Should we talk about how Horizon Zero Dawn 2 is just going to blow people away on the PlayStation 5? The voice actor is quoted.
Oh, well, that don't mean anything.
What, visually? So what?
I'm guessing.
Expect the game to look good.
It already looks good. That's not the problem.
Right.
The problem is a million invisible walls and all the restrictions.
Right, let's fix that stuff.
And the arrow shoot into space and
then the fucking facial animations that you make the super realistic looking people, and then you have them the way they move, like their heads all like jerking off like
robots,
like they're fucking possessed, and then their mouths barely moving when they're talking. It's like, you're the guys that are hyping up these visuals. You make these character models look so freaking detailed, but then when they talk, everything just is
like
ruined.
Rubber dolls.
It's like, you just don't make it so realistic if you're not gonna have the time to animate all these interactions, these cutscenes, because it just looks.
I'm trying to get paid.
So off, like. And then the rest of the world,
it should look good in the commercial though. That's all it needs.
Yeah, but it's like the game is very visually impressive. There's lots of colors. I mean, there's nice scenery, but there's no defining thing in the environment. There's not, other than there's one area where there's like these giant like arms from this like robot that had, I don't know if it was like 8-legged thing. It was just this huge, like, I want to say like 1,000 foot tall, it was just huge, and it's been 10,000 years or whatever. I mean, you can tell if you've seen any footage of the game, like the remnants of like a city and stuff are just completely rubble. And you have to scale that, and it's impressive, but rest of the world, like, there's not one thing you're like, oh, look at that in the distance, I want to go there. They're like that Breath of the Wild feeling. There's nothing. It just all looks pretty, but there's nothing. It's all forgettable too.
And like a clock that said, you can shoot hours out into space, they don't never come back.
Yeah, there's a lot of, they can just keep the visuals like on a similar level, maybe bump it up, for 4K, full 4K, and just add like a little improvements to like navigating the environment and interacting with stuff, and it would feel more next gen than just trying to make it look visually better and still be still.
The Wild in it now.
Oh, snap, y'all! Guess what? Nintendo Switch update. There's no patch notes, so we don't know what's in it yet.
It's adding some icons.
Well, we won't know.
Crafted World icons, I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
Well, it's going from
Finally.
7.1 to 8.
Going to a full number?
Yeah, it's going to a full number. We'll see.
Is that in Disney Plus before Netflix?
Is this the one adding folders and wallpapers that we saw? Remember the 5.0 leak?
This way, it's taking longer than 5 seconds to download.
5.0 leak. You want that stuff? Just get your Switch homebrewed, modded.
It's actually taking me a few minutes to download it. So
that's why usually mad.
Well, maybe if there's something.
Give me a second.
Nintendo don't like them homebrewers because they make they're embarrassing them with the features they putting on.
Well, Terrell, this could be breaking news on. Got to go to the icons and see if they've added any.
Well, I'm literally waiting for the update. That's why I'm surprised. Usually, when you update on the Switch, it's like a few seconds. This is actually taking like legit a few minutes.
Well, while I was doing that, since I know I don't want to be redundant for anyone that watched my Juice opinions, but Clocked It pointed out something that I maybe wasn't aware of, that maybe someone thought my point about the pre-rendered cutscenes, the point I was making. I know Clocked It, you had a little more info because I was messaging back and forth some stuff. So I think maybe that's where, because I rewatched the opening, I'm like, man, I never said anything like that. But all I was saying is there's people, and you can just go to look at these comparison videos and just go to the comment section. There's people who are thinking the pre-rendered cutscenes they're like praising the Switch, like incorrectly judging it, saying that that's what the Switch is capable of doing. It's almost PS4 level. I've seen multiple comments, so I was just like, yo, slow down. That's not, the Switch ain't doing anything but playing a video, HD video there. So, and it's a good solution. Like, it's a good way to make the cutscenes look nice, so, but the negative is the file size is actually bigger than the PlayStation 4 version because of the pre-rendered video takes up, I'm gonna guess, at least 5-6 gigs, because it should be smaller than a PlayStation 4 game based on the lower quality textures and all that. It should generally be, because the PS4 is 14 gigs. You'd think the Switch version would have been 8, 9, 10 maybe max, but it's actually almost 19. So that's one of the negatives to that. So that's all I was saying for anybody that hasn't watched that. Or
okay, so you are right, Juice. They did add some Yoshi's Crafted World.
Called it.
I'm just saying if that was
we called it.
I know my Nintendo updates for
mine's
Switch.
Still updating.
That's so depressing. I don't like the fact that you know your updates to that extent. I'm still scanning, so y'all keep talking. I'm just scanning to see what else is new.
Yeah, so, but I have a feeling Mortal Kombat 11, there's going to be similar stuff because there are going to be lots of cutscenes that look really nice. But I mean, it's a fighting game. It should look decent, I would think.
I got absolutely no worries whatsoever about how the game's going to look and play. I think it's going to be
me neither.
Fine. We're just all confused as to why it's just not being shown for the Switch. I think it's going to be fine. It's just really, it's a really weird situation.
Yeah, and it's like we talked about earlier, if you have to download 15 something gigs, even if you buy the physical version, like that's just stupid. I'm sorry. That's basically, yeah, I mean, you put 6 gigs on the card. There'll probably be a couple playable characters if you don't have access to the internet and you plug that in. So if anybody buys the game watching this, if you buy it on Switch, put the thing in, turn off your Wi-Fi or something first. I'm curious what you can actually do before the day one supposedly patch. It's, disguised the rest of the game disguised as a day one patch. It's probably how they get away with putting that banner on there.
Yeah.
Technically, you can play the game without it, I'm guessing, just not online or anything.
I mean, technically, it's not too far off of what a PlayStation 4, game is for the most part these days. Where you got the base game on the disc, but day one you always got to download a stupid amount of crap in order to actually.
Yeah, I will say some of the games have patches, and maybe they detected a bug or something and because they have to start producing the discs like months in advance. So I mean, in one hand, I can't completely shit on them,
Has that changed
but in the other hand,
in gaming?
No, because even Breath of the Wild had like a couple 100 MB day one.
Yeah, that was just to include DLC menu and stuff, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, hasn't that always been the case with video games? Haven't they about to ship and about to? I mean, before you would think it would be even worse because they was on cartridges or something.
Yeah.
So you get to this situation where you're like, oh my gosh, we got a bug and we got to print these cartridges. What do we do? I'm sure that took a lot longer than printing discs.
It's just them getting away with getting an extra couple months to development without delaying a game. But whatever, a smaller day one update's one thing, but a game where you're downloading like Black Ops 4, you got a 50 GB disc, and you have to download 60 GB on top of that. That's the extreme end that I've experienced. And that's what this Mortal Kombat 11 is like on the Switch. But I bought Resident Evil 2, and that's like 22. Like that whole game's on the disc for the PlayStation. Like,
you got to put 2 discs in there. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I would say like in that situation, you should but I think Uncharted 4 is the only PlayStation game that I have where the entire game isn't on the Blu-ray disc. Because all the other ones are under 50 gigs.
Yeah.
So, and then Xbox and third-party games, because Forza is like that. Gears, or one of the other Microsoft games is like that. I think it's Gears 4. If you have an Xbox One X, it's like 100 gig game, and the disc's only 50. So it's like, that's the shit that I can't. And I know the funny thing is, both games I have that do that, I didn't buy. I didn't buy Forza or Black Ops. My buddy gave it to me as a Christmas gift, and Uncharted 4 came with my PS4. Otherwise, I try to avoid those just based on principle. I try to avoid that at all costs because it's just stupid. Put the whole game on, like you said, put another disc in there so it costs you $1 or $2 or whatever a second disc costs.
Cheap asses.
GTA 5, I believe, did that. I believe that's a 2-disc game on 360 and PS3.
On 360, yeah.
Just do it. So, Terrell, anything else?
I don't see a lot, if anything. Not anything of note or anything inherently obvious. Still don't see no messaging, no theme.
Yoshi!
Let's talk about the crafted world for a second, because
you have fun with that, guys.
I was playing, and I'm about to get my second gem, so I'm not, not that far in the game.
Oh, you can zoom now. That's a new feature.
Zoom what?
You can zoom in on the screen. It's a weird thing. Like you can hit the home button twice, and it gives you these custom zoom controls.
How about you zoom in a new background for this, Beth? How about you zoom me some damn audio, some music?
Can I do that in game? Is that what that is? I did it in the eShop. Can I do that on the? I can do it on the home screen.
I figured it was just the eShop is basically a web page.
Oh, I should check the web browser, I guess. Oh wait, never mind. We don't have one.
So anyway, Yoshi's Crafted World. I don't know how many levels I've played, but I hear the that main theme feels like every third level. Maybe it's not.
I've noticed.
And I'm starting to notice it, but there's a different track, and I put a tweet on Twitter, and it actually got quite a few. It seems like everybody kind of feeling the same thing. It is some of the worst. It might be the worst music I've heard on a Nintendo first-party game. It's so bad that I didn't even want to replay the level to find everything that I had missed.
I don't think you've viewed the title screen for Yoshi's Story.
I was gonna say.
I haven't. So I'm gonna copy.
Ear bleeding, boy.
I'm gonna share this tweet.
Why can't I do this?
And it's like
shoot me in the face. It's awful.
it's like what happened? Because Woolly World had great music. I don't.
Yeah.
And it's repeating on levels too. It's like you only have 5 tracks. Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, Juice, because I've noticed the repetition of. Originally, I thought, okay, this is cool. They're doing some remixes of, the main theme of some of the levels, but just overall, generally, the music itself, it doesn't touch Yoshi's Woolly World.
It's one thing to not
You're
equal the
remixing
great-
music.
Oh, you can sort your software on your main menu. That's another feature they've added.
Oh shit!
Wow, so Breath of the Wild.
So you can pin certain
Always
games.
first or
Or what?
something.
I'm looking right now. Give me a second.
Hurry up, man! Shit, what are you doing?
So, I mean, it's not just it doesn't live up to the greatness of Woolly World. It's so bad where I didn't want to replay a level. Then I play the Poochie flip side, and I'm thinking, all right, maybe it'll be different. It was the same music. I'm like, oh my god, it's really bad.
They cheaped out.
Oh, this is so weird.
Bloom, 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 bloom,
This
bloom,
has,
bloom,
like,
bloom. That's awful.
There's like fucking slide
It's
with
in my head, man.
You used to crack me up, though. I swear, I use a laugh so much.
It's like I can't play this kind of shit. I'm a grown ass man.
Yo, relax. Jesus
And
Christ.
there's no option to adjust the volumes on it so you could turn the music down without muting, the whole game. It's like, come on, you don't even give me a slider.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that's disappointing. But
I think it's the only really disappointing thing about the game.
well, yeah, there was a level where you go to you pay the flowers or whatever, and it opens up, and I'm like, oh, there's like a not a carousel, but what the fuck is at the amusement parks and stuff?
Ferris
the big
wheel?
Ferris wheel.
It's really,
And I'm like, oh, this cool theme. I can't wait to play this level. And I'm like, all right, this is a cool level. And then 30 seconds in, I'm like, oh, really? This is the music for this great level? There's cool looking level. It completely ruined it for me. And I know we talked about it. I was kind of mad when I seen the beta was out, whatever the demo, and I've seen a couple different places say it, and I'm like, what are you guys talking about? It's fucking Yoshi has great music, because Woolly World had great music, so I was like, it's gonna be good. I heard a little clip, and I'm like, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, the first time, the 20th time, you're like, oh my god,
This is weird.
I don't even think they were being lazy with it. I just think they were trying to, do different plays on the main theme for different levels, but it just hasn't worked.
Some of it's not even an attempt at a different play. It's just the main theme straight.
They needed to hire Grant Kirkhope or some shit.
I wonder if the
Yoshi. I don't know if you could do Yoshi music. What do you reckon?
Well, maybe not.
Okay. We got full patch notes. Some of these are weird, I'll be honest with you.
David Wise could do it.
David Wise, yeah.
Well, hold on, Terrell. Hold on.
Sorry.
Let's keep out of this topic.
Yeah,
the Accolade trailer has this fucking remix with the, like, dance beat, awesome music, and it's not like if that was in the game, it's like it's actually some upbeat, some cool sounding music with like a beat and everything. Like you could tell, like someone went and remixed it. It sounds like fitting for this game, but no,
maybe they'll patch it in.
Because I mean, some of the levels are really cool though. I'm liking the levels themselves. So
yeah, the levels are great.
All right, Terrell, patch notes.
Okay, it's kind of, I'm be honest, but these are weird. All right, so the first thing is they added the sorting feature, but the sorting feature only works if you have like the all 13 games and shit. Like, so you have more than 13 games, so the all software button shows up at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can sort it by the publisher, the amount of time played, but there's no pin feature. So you're not pinning them. You've just sorted your list.
No.
And at the bottom now it has a re-download games option. So if you had some deleted shit you deleted like a while back and you want to re-download, there's a button at the bottom now that lets you do that.
Oh, point goes Xbox One.
The next thing is view all available news option, which is if you go to the news channel and you click the channel list and view more, you can now just hit all news and see all the available news without picking whichever one you want. They added the Yoshi's Crafted World icons. They also added more Splatoon 2 icons for some reason. And now you can now transfer your save data for individual games between your Nintendo Switch systems. So not like, so if you want, like, let's say you wanted to just transfer over your Splatoon 2 data, you could do that.
Yeah, because everything else is cloud save. So
yeah, I'm just using that as an example. So now you can do that. The zoom feature, which I don't understand why it exists, but it exists now. You double tap the home button and now you can zoom in on anything. You can do it in game. I don't know why you would want to, but you can. And then another option to prevent your system from waking from sleep mode when the AC adapter is disconnected. The VR functionality, VR restrictions under parental controls, Chinese, Taiwan, and South Korean languages, and general stability improvements. It's a weird fucking update. I mean, there's some stuff here,
really,
but like,
I mean, we're over 2 years and they don't have an overhaul for the OS yet. Like,
yeah, it just seems like a weird fucking update. Like there are things here, but they're not like the things anyone really gives a shit about.
You know what? I should on the Xbox One, like main menu at first, and then Red Knight told me you can create a group, name it what you want, and then pin everything you want in it, and you just hit down once, and it goes to that group, and then all the things you want are there.
That's why I just said point Xbox One.
Yeah,
because I know you can do that.
HBO Now, my Netflix, my YouTube, and then a couple of the games. I don't have, like on PS4, I have to go into the TV. I have to hit over to the TV app, or TV and stuff. It's not the app, but then it pops down, and I have to wait for that to load. And then I have Twitch, Netflix, YouTube. They're all across the top, and I have to scroll all the way to the right to get to the HBO Now. There's no way to move it closer, put it anywhere in my recent or anything. So at first I didn't like the Xbox layout, but actually now that I've figured it out, it's a nice way to do it. So just have the Switch, have all your games random, but if you hit down once, it should take you to any games you have pinned right there. Like there's no way that's hard to program. Or it wouldn't take up any like huge resources, or I don't know. It just seems like because there's a lot of indie games. Like if I had a bunch of downloaded games or something, like they're just so maybe the sort feature will expand to genre or types of games or something. But
it does that. Well, let me see. It's time you played, total time played, title, and publisher.
But that's just because publisher, like, what if I want all my indie games, or let's say you buy Cuphead, and maybe you just got Hollow Knight and one other game. Those aren't the same publisher, same developer. Like, so
it's completely useless for me because I got the one Switch, all the family uses it, and unlike the Wii U, you can't have your own custom menus for your own user ID. So it doesn't matter if I fucking sort it; the kids will change it back around to someone else. So
also, depending on the game, it doesn't matter. Like, for example, if I'm sorting it by publisher, well, that defaults a bunch of third-party games to Nintendo, even though they're not Nintendo games. Ironically enough, Octopath Traveler is considered a Nintendo published game.
I don't know if I thought Square.
Yeah, they did publish it, and I thought they did publish it
in Japan, or
maybe
here?
It was Japan. Maybe it was just Japan.
Or maybe it was here, not Japan.
Or maybe it was here and not Japan. That's what it was.
So if Nintendo published it, then it was publishing the PC version.
Oh,
Nintendo. Yeah, right. I got 64 Switch games. Jesus Christ.
And then the other thing is that I guess
20, I feel like I barely bought any.
I just counted
when you hit options on a Switch game. I don't know if it did this before, but now there's like the save data cloud section that actually tells you if your shit's backed up.
Yeah, it did.
So it did do that before.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
So that's how little I don't check.
But wait, the all software thing you saying, you have to go to that thing. You have to go to all software to be able to utilize.
Yeah, that's what I thought I said that earlier, but yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't understand it. That's
Well, I thought
lame.
you had to have more than 13 games.
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
Well, yeah. So you can go into all software.
That's stupid.
So you can't even do it on the main screen.
Yeah, your main screen stays the same no matter what. So
Yes,
what was the point? What's the point? I don't understand the point of that at all.
It's one of those, and they don't. I'm trying to see. Do they stay that way? Oh, they do stay that.
Yeah, they stay.
They do stay that way, but it's only in the all software section.
Yeah, so it's stupid. That's just a complete. That's pointless.
And then you have to go in the settings and add, and then turn on the zoom feature, which is one of the weirdest. I'm not gonna lie, that is the weirdest thing I've seen on a console as an update, and I'm like, why? Why
do I need to zoom?
You have to go under settings to activate it.
You have bad eyesight or something, I guess.
I have no idea.
It's such a weird inclusion.
These are some strange updates, yo.
Yeah. So wait, Terrell, I've updated my Switch. How do you do? I can't see the new Yoshi.
Under the icons, you know where you change your icon, you don't see any Crafted World icons?
No.
Really?
Where are they though?
They don't know.
In the middle?
Let me go back in there. They're right. Where are they? I just saw them. Oh, there they are. It's it's right after Capcode, right before Breath of the Wild stuff.
I think it's only allowed in non.
What's the zoom thing? It doesn't work on the home menu.
No, it does, but you have to cut it on.
You have to turn it on first.
You gotta turn it on first, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go through your settings, and it's under
what if you just didn't really pay attention? Like, so this is a feature that you would completely miss. I don't know why you'd want to use it anyway.
It's under settings and go on to system.
Seems like if I was going to sort that into a category, it would be useless feature.
It's like right over here, like where the USB keyboard settings are at. It's right under that, and it's like,
what's the point to this?
Yeah, you just double tap the home button, and you can now zoom in.
It's so stupid.
And like I said, I just cut on a game. You can do it in game, and I don't know why you would want to do
it in game.
Could you take a screenshot of it in game?
Does it make it look better zoomed in?
Let's go like trash.
You know what? I'll try. Give me a second.
What is Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in portable mode and zoom in?
I can't. I don't have that in my cart right now.
I got Zelda in. I'll try with Zelda now.
Man, that was cool. Little video where you had the shadow from the dragon, and he was like way up. I mean, it probably wasn't accurate. The shadow wouldn't probably show up there, but it was still cool that he was like hiding in the glare of the sun.
Yeah, he's in front of the sun. It was a cool moment, man. Cool moment.
I haven't played that game in a while, so I'm
I see people on Twitter like, I think the zoom feature is more for a more portable, smaller Switch. I'm like,
I don't think they're going to shrink the screen size. I think they're just going to get rid of the border. I don't see them shrinking that screen size.
I don't either.
I don't see what the point would be.
Because I mean, it's already borderline playing 4-player Smash with that.
I'm gonna try taking a screenshot in Zelda and see if it works. If it works, I don't know why you would want to do this because the quality already isn't great.
I need to see this. Where's that feature? I need to see what this looks
like.
Go
under settings and then go all the way down to system. It's in that.
Okay.
Oh, wait there. You can do it in game. Oh, but you can't zoom in.
No, you can zoom in.
It doesn't let you.
With X and Y.
Zoom. There it is.
Yeah, but when you're in game, it doesn't let you.
Maybe Zelda.
I'm in game right now. Oh, you mean like if you're moving around?
Oh, with it, you can lock it. Okay,
this is completely useless.
Maybe take a screenshot. Oh no, when you take a screenshot,
it looks like it just
takes a screenshot of the zoomed out.
It takes the
it just takes the wide angle. Yeah.
So now I'm very confused. What's the point?
Maybe for seeing little details or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes, but you can't even take a photo of it.
So speaking of screenshots and stuff, I was looking on there the other day, and I literally have one Yoshi screenshot in one video, and that's probably I don't know,
very
3-4 hours. The game looks good when I'm playing it, but the screenshots just don't seem to replicate it because I think
translate.
It's in motion is what makes it look so good. And when I was watching Game of Thrones last night, they have a new intro that has like a feel of a diorama to it, to like the locations. And I was like, that's what that's what Yoshi makes me feel like. Like, feels like I'm controlling a real life diorama. But for some reason, I just don't feel as compelled to take the screenshots like I usually do.
I've taken quite a few. I've done some videos as well, which I've posted on Twitter, just me being stupid and getting stuck. But I've taken some. Like there's one like when you go inside, like I loved it when you went inside like the plastic bottles and stuff like that. They're pretty cool.
I haven't done that yet. Yeah, so
I think I'm now enamored with this broken, weird update.
No, and I had another little topic before all this started, and I got so distracted by this weirdness of this update that I cannot think of what it was. Feels like it was something coming out. There was a game, something.
Cuphead comes out in a few days.
Cuphead.
And I think Dragon's Dogma. Is that the game? Switch soon?
Dragon's dog shit.
Oh!
Wait. If you haven't played Dragon's Dogma, right? At least for that era, for the 360 and PS3 and stuff, Dragon's Dogma is freaking awesome. It's really good.
I have never played the game. I just had to do it because it was too close to dog shit.
It is a really good game. So if you haven't played it, it's like what Monster Hunter should have been before Monster Hunter Worlds come out, in terms of being able to jump on top of monsters and stuff. And have a big adventure. It is a really good game.
It's $30. So if you never played it before, this is a
Speaking of $30 game. Starlink physical starter kits $29.99 now.
So weird.
Oh really? I just bought one for $20.
Well,
the Xbox One.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Switch one with
Star Fox.
Star Fox. I was like, is that the game or just the ship? I'm like, no shit, it's $30 now. Like, damn.
They're trying to sell it because they are dropping DLC. They're discontinued, obviously, but they're going to be putting out DLC, and some of it's going to be paid DLC. So they're expecting those hardcore fans like myself to partake in some new DLC.
Oh, okay, I get it.
I've never picked up the fucking Donkey Kong Rabbids DLC still. God,
me neither.
I
haven't done it because I want to buy the cart.
Yeah.
And it hasn't come down far enough for me yet.
I just can't bring myself to complete Kingdom Battle. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
I seem to struggle through the battles.
I did get a little bored with those long, drawn out.
I have fun
with the fights. Man. I think it's just the fights in between. They could be long. Some of them could be tedious. It's like I got to the haunted world, and you're fighting some of the ghost rabbits who could teleport places, and it just drive me mental. I can't be bothered doing it. I don't know why. The game looks gorgeous.
They can piss you off.
That's almost done with the game. Clocked it. I'll tell you that right now.
There's one more world, I believe.
Yeah,
I'm almost done with it.
You're almost done with it.
Yeah.
It's shorter than what you would think it is.
Okay, I need to stick with it. I mean, it's there. I'll try and push through it. I might do as well. I might put the battles on easy mode.
Final battle is some good stuff.
Side note, this is the last thing I'm going to say about it, but I figured it out. You can actually play the game zoomed in once you lock it. So apparently,
it's called 3DS mode.
So essentially,
Maybe it's for the VR or something.
I guess. It's like
that's what I was thinking.
I just saw Zelda zoomed in. I don't want to see that again. So
it is a janky fucking experience. I'll tell you right now. I'm gonna focus on
because you can lock it once you zoom in.
Yeah, you can lock it and then you can move your character around.
Yeah,
that's a weird fucking function.
So
I just don't understand that feature at all. But
I don't either.
I don't know what I was watching, and there was a suggested video. I was at work taking a little sit down break, if you know what I mean. And I saw Breath of the Wild, 100 frames per second, looks looks perfect or something. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't have the best signal in there. And it doesn't matter that it was 100
in the privy.
Yeah, it was in the privy. And I watched about 10 seconds before it started buffering, but seeing that, like, just you can tell when 60 frames, just I think that's why Yoshi looks so good in motion. Like it just has a nice look to it, and it was a really clean looking image. So I was like, you know what? I'm curious. I hear all this. And if Unforgiven's still here, he plays all these Wii U games emulated and shit on PC. So I'm like, I want to start looking up the top Wii U games in 4K and see which games actually like look impressive and you want to guess which game for me made the most impact. I was surprised by which one it was.
I'm gonna guess. Was it X?
No, that's the one I was expecting it to be. Collected or Terrell want to wager a guess?
Shit. You go first, Doctor.
Acting like Robert here. He hates guessing stuff.
Joe, I don't have a Scooby-Doo. I don't have a clue.
So I expected X to be like, wow, that's the biggest.
Oh, what about Fatal Frame?
It was actually Mario Kart 8 has the most.
Man, get the fuck out of here.
Obvious, visible
Get the fuck
improvement.
out.
I'm like, holy shit. Wow.
I don't believe that.
X looks the same. There's almost no improvement because you still have all this crazy pop-in happening at the last second. It doesn't fix that. It's just bumping the resolution up and putting anti-aliasing. And it's a lot of that grass and stuff really stands out because it's just like clumps of the same. And the higher resolution actually made it look off.
Dreamcast grass.
Like seeing bad special effects in HD, you know, like from VHS, and then realizing they didn't age well.
Yeah.
So X, I was like, man, I'm not seeing anything. Pikmin 3, same thing, because like it looks good on the Wii U, but you bump up the resolution, the textures just it didn't really make a difference. It looked like the same fucking game to me. Smash Brothers looked identical. 3D World, all these games, and it was Mario Kart 8 that like, wow, it popped. And I was like, but I still, you know, great art styles and stuff. I actually expected more benefits to these, you know, 4K.
Well, did you see Breath of the Wild when they took off the cell shading?
I did watch that. That looks weird, but you know, in kind of a cool way that I don't know if you remember Uncharted 4 had a bunch of filters after you beat the game. And
yeah.
So what the taking the cell shading off, like one of the biggest things I noticed was like the trees and stuff almost look like they were made out of clay, and the characters look like it almost looked like claymation because everything just doesn't have like a real texture to it, but it looked, like I said, it looked like real clay. It looked like a diorama almost, some of the environments. And I was like, that's kind of a cool effect. Like I wouldn't want to play it that way my first time through, but it actually looked kind of cool. Yeah. The background stuff, Link just looked weird to me. But yeah, there's some, it's crazy what people can do with that shit. But I will not
partake.
I'm not gonna download that stuff. I don't like going to any site that I don't know what it is to download something, and I don't like running these programs that,
especially on PC side.
Yeah, I don't want to fuck with my computer like that. If I had a secondary computer, maybe I'd maybe try it, but I just don't. It's just don't care, and I'm worried about it. I'm worried about my computer. You know, I don't need to wipe it again because that's a lot of work. You know, putting a fresh install of Windows or something if it fucks it up. So
yeah.
And from what I saw, really, there wasn't that great of a benefit as I expect. I thought like, oh man, X is gonna look great. No,
but you know why? Because you have to redo the assets.
Yeah, and that you know, like I said, that grass really stood out as just like a bunch of little bunches all repeated But when you play the game, I mean, when you played it on the Wii U, it still looks good to me. I haven't played it not that long ago, so. But anyway, I think that's about it. We'll do some final thoughts and get out of here. And we don't have. I don't know if anybody noticed. Robert and Retro Death weren't here, but yeah,
you don't know if anybody noticed.
we don't have Robert's final thoughts.
Well, how dare you?
So we're just gonna settle with Terrell's final thoughts. So go ahead.
Ain't this a bitch? Just because I don't want to, just because I didn't partake in y'all movie talk, fuck you, Juice.
We gotta settle for Terrell.
I like orange juice better. Fuck you, man. I don't know. Good podcast. We talked about some games. We had some conversation. Xbox still ain't shit. It will never be shit. Ain't never gonna be shit. PlayStation, Nintendo, PC for life. Fuck them. Hey man, give me Google. Google's the better internet company, man. Bring back Google Glass.
God damn.
I'll buy me a Google Glass before I buy myself a Microsoft Surface. So stupid. Just I don't know, man. Video games are out. We're getting a bunch of ports. We still don't know what Mortal Kombat looks like. Show me the real Mortal Kombat with blood and have. I want a petition for a Nintendo Minute Mortal Kombat 11 edition. I need that in my life because I don't believe they'll do it.
I kind of think they will.
And sayonara to Reggie Fils-Aimé. This was his last day, I believe.
Yeah.
Welcome, Doug Bowser.
Goodbye and hello.
Who says goodbye on a fucking Monday? That's weird.
You
know, why
it is kind of weird.
Friday.
This is his last day. You go shit talking on his last.
Why did he come in on Monday just to
He's
say
making
goodbye?
a lot of sense. Why would you leave on a
Join
Monday?
Twitter. Go tell him yourself.
Hey, goodbye, Nintendo. Hello, Twitter.
Hey, Fils-Aimé, why are you bad at Smash Brothers?
Microsoft's gonna hire him.
Well, I mean, they did take Damon Baker from Nintendo, so I mean,
They did.
Yeah.
What has he done?
Yeah, they took Bam.
What do you mean? What has he done?
What's he done?
He's the guy. He was the guy on the indie presentations.
He was, but what has he done for Microsoft? I wonder.
He's doing the same type of stuff.
Like a few months ago, it wasn't like
he got Cuphead on the Switch.
Yeah. This guy's on fire.
What's wrong?
Good job, Damon. He's a plant. Oh shit.
Nintendo. Thank God. Did I do good, Mr. Miyamoto? You did
cool.
Good.
You done?
All right. Anyways, I think that's it. Let's get play to win, and I'll catch you guys. Peace.
All right. I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. So, Microsoft does have some firsthand experience in knowing what's that crackle. Knowing that content is important because they tried to put out a Windows phone line or phone line of phones, I should say, OS, and didn't have like 80% of the big apps on their Windows store, and caused them basically nobody to want their phone. Snapchat was never on fucking Windows phones. It was the biggest app out there. So they know a thing or two about not having content. So Google, you should listen to them because they know. But yeah, I don't know what if I was a Microsoft diehard fan. I don't know what I'd be feeling because even with the Wii U, at least we got some good games. We had some good exclusives and stuff. Even that last year, we got some couple decent games. So I don't know what the hell they're doing with this generation, and if they don't show new hardware this year, it's going to be a bad year. But anyway, I watched 40 minutes of the worst, probably in the top 3 worst movies of all time. I believe Saturday, if you guys saw my tweets, or not my tweets, but you guys, I was messaging you. Jurassic World: The Lost Kingdom is the first 40 minutes is the worst movie I've ever seen. It's so fucking bad. It's from the first opening shot of a Watergate of the Megalodon or whatever to the ocean. They built a gate for some reason. I don't know if it was to let it out at some point. They planned on letting it out. I don't know why there was a gate, but to the 40 minutes later when the island's volcanoes erupting, it's just some of the dumbest, like I said to Clocked It, they absolutely do not care and have no respect for the intelligence of the audience. Every basically every frame basically every frame is like what the fuck. And it, you know, they're out in this huge field and there's this dinosaur threatening them, and then the old T-Rex comes out of nowhere, you know, and kills it at the last second as it's about to lunge, like in every fucking movie. Yet no one saw this. I mean, we're talking a mile of free like field you could see in every direction, and somehow this T-Rex snuck up on them. It's just shit like that constantly, and I was so mad I turned the movie off. I actually skipped. I was on HBO now, so I skipped through the rest of the movie in fast forward just to kind of get the gist of it, and stopped every once in a while just to see. And even the acting, everything's terrible. So anyway, it's fucking. They don't need to make another one. They just need to put that franchise to rest and scrap anything past Jurassic Park and take it out of canon and just have that one movie, and we'll celebrate it every 5-10 years. So other than that, Hellblade looks a little rough, I think, on the Switch. I know I made a few videos on it already, but yeah, I was hoping for a little bit better, I guess. Even though I was kind of right, kind of predicted what it would be. It's still seeing it in motion. I was a little bummed. I was hoping it would look a little better, but yeah. So watch my Juice Opinions if you want some thoughts on that, and why I'm ready for the Switch Pro, even though I didn't really give any good reasons because I was kind of struggling to make my points. But yeah, so just gonna play Crafted World, and probably up until Mario Maker is probably the next game I'll be buying. So I'm just gonna keep pecking away at that. Still playing my Rocket League and Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I got some DLC.
We gotta get back on Rocket League, man.
Yeah, I sent you a message the other day.
I know. I saw it like a week later.
Yeah,
savage.
So,
Christ.
Yeah, that cross-platform friends lobby system. I keep wanting to make a video of just how easy it is and how smooth the experience is and how it could be in so many other games. It's just such a simple, elegant solution to cross-platform friends. It just takes your name and adds a 4-digit number at the end, and then if they're not on the same platform, you add them that way, and they're right there with your friends list. It's fucking great. So, and it plays like you can't even tell. There's no like issues. Doesn't seem to play any worse. Like communication, everything seems to be just like you're on the same platform. So it's great. But anyway, let's go to Ms. T.
Yeah, great podcast. Not much to say on the gaming front. I know there's some stuff out there I just can't think of right now that I'm gonna pick up at some point. But yeah, if you follow me on Twitter, you saw my tweet about a certain TV show on Netflix that is utter trash. I don't care what nobody says. It's trash. And that is, what is it called? Black Summer. It's a zombie TV series, a new one. It's a waste because unlike pretty much all the other zombie shows, they don't have the running zombies, and you can do something different with those.
Mm-hmm.
And they just totally squandered it because the characters are bland as fuck, and they're just boring, and they just do stupid things. And you realize you get to like there's 8 episodes, and I'm in episode 6, and people still don't understand how to kill zombies by shooting them. And it's just annoying and nerve-wracking, and
For the wrong reason.
For all the wrong reasons, right? And it's not scary. And I think they think there's dramatic stuff, and it's really not dramatic at all. Those are the worst when it's like a drama facade. I think that's the text or the Twitter tweet I put out. It's like a drama facade, and there's like black titles. You know, like they break up an episode with all these black titles. It's really pretentious art house student filmmaker bullshit. Like it just drives me insane. So if you guys follow me, you know that I have a movie channel. I haven't started it yet, but honestly, when I started the Mr. T channel, it took me a few months to actually put videos out. So it's kind of the same thing here. But this will be sometime this week. I'm gonna put up my review of this the season anyway of Black. I'm gonna have some fun with that. So
yeah, it should have been probably time would have been better spent watching the new season of Sabrina.
Yeah. I hear.
Good, quirky, funny, satirical. Like, it's good. It's good. Dark.
Well, that's all I have. So play it in the foods. Peace out.
All right. We'll let the man, the myth, the legend clocked it.
God, I hate
final
going
thoughts. He's the king of the final thoughts. So
what I will say, check out T's N64 video, greatest console ever made. Man's got some crazy collection. I enjoyed that. I always enjoy your N64 throwbacks, man. Good video. I like the Microsoft hate at the beginning. You know, they hate that company. They never were a video game company. They never will be a video game company. Fuck Microsoft. I tell you what, though, I'm really hyped. I'm hyped for Labo. And isn't the update now for Zelda and Mario out on the 18th? Is it 18th? Is that?
I guess so. It's the 18th.
I think it's the 18th, isn't it?
I haven't heard anything.
I'm sure it's the 18th for the update on those two games.
Let me ask my brother at Nintendo. Give me a second. Reggie! Reggie, no! Sorry.
But I've been really impressed with all the feedback for it, and I'm itching to play it. So I'll have Labo this week or next week, definitely. I think I'll definitely have it this week, and I'll build that shit and I'll talk about it on the next podcast. But
yeah, Labo, duh.
Yeah.
VR, I forgot.
Yeah, Labo VR. My channel is it's going well. Nearly 300 subscribers. Last video I done was about easy modes and accessibility in games, because everyone's been talking about that. So I wanted to put my own little spin on it. I thought it was a good chat and I got some good feedback, and I'll be doing a follow-up video to that for my next video. So I look forward to that one. But yeah, that's it for me. I'm playing Yoshi. I'm knee deep back in Zelda Master Mode, which is why I was posting stuff on Twitter. And that's it for me, man. A good podcast. Rolled with it, enjoyed it, and that's it. Peace.
All right. So thanks everybody tuning in, and we'll be back next week. And if with Retro Death's back, I think I'd be curious to talk to him. Isn't he a Dark Souls, or maybe I'm thinking the wrong person?
You mean Darksiders, don't you?
He's not a Dark Souls guy?
Maybe
he's not. Maybe he's not. But anyway, because I wouldn't mind talking about that. The difficulty options in video games. We probably could have talked about that this week, but I forgot all about it. So maybe next week. So we'll everybody have a good night, and we'll